and is hitting every corner of the state. He's going for grassroots support of his property tax relief plan.
After seeing KETV investigates in-depth coverage of property tax valuations, the governor's office invited Newswatch 7 along for a behind-the-scenes look at his town halls and what's exactly in this revamped plan.
KETV Newswatch 7's Bill Shammert has the exclusive.
From 10,000 feet, Governor Jim Pillen preps for yet another town hall. He's done nearly 30 over the last few months.
It's a crisis. It has to be solved, and we're going to work day and night until we get it done.
At every one, he's encouraging constituents to reach out to lawmakers and back what he's calling the Pillen Plan.
We, the state, would increase our funding.
It's a multifaceted effort to cut property taxes by half or more.
Our property taxes are so out of whack. They're affecting every single Nebraskan. You don't even need to own property.
From Alliance to Chadron to Valentine, we got an exclusive look at his messaging in northern and western Nebraska.
Our retirement funds will not cover the property taxes.
Our property tax people have to bear the brunt of education, but right now we know nothing better.
From school superintendents like Ginger to ranchers, Janie Swanson shared these pictures of her fifth-generation ranch in Cherry County.
This tax situation is really a serious thing, especially for the very small rancher.
It's a ranch she says she might lose.
We are being taxed to the point where we are not going to be able to stay on our ranch any longer.
Whether you're in urban Nebraska or rural parts like here in Valentine, Cherry County, everybody tells us property valuations are too high. But the governor's plan doesn't ask local authorities to limit or even cap valuations.
Valuations aren't the problem. Spending is.
Let's get to the basics. According to Pillen's budget team, K-12 public education will cost about $3.2 billion in 2025. Of that, about $500 million are bonds and building taxes, which means $2.7 billion is being levied by school districts. He wants the state to pay for all of that $2.7 billion. It already pays for about 1/3 through income and property tax credits. So to pick up the tab for the rest of operating costs, Pillen's plan is looking for $1.8 billion in new revenue and budget changes.
Clear out the mandates that don't help us in education, lower the administrative load, we pay teachers more. Who on earth is against that?
His team says the math adds up. More than $1 billion would come from broadening the sales tax base and removing certain exemptions. That includes everything from tractors and combines to the electricity used to power Nebraska's ag industry to legal services and investment advice. About $400 million would come from what his team dubs state efficiencies, not filling vacant jobs, cutting contractors, and pulling from cash reserves. Another $200 million would come from sin tax increases, cigarettes, liquor, vaping, Delta 8, and taxing pop and candy.
I don't know of anybody that wants anybody using vape, but it's law, and we're going to tax the heck out of it.
But skepticism remains about whether it'll all add up.
You know, he has some good goals, and I think that we need to figure out if we can do it, but I still worry about the funding source.
Other ideas Pillen says he's not opposed to: bringing online sports betting to Nebraska, a small lodging tax increase, or even adding an I-80 corridor tax with certain exemptions for cities. You own a lot of property in Nebraska. To the people who say you'll benefit so much personally from this.
You know, that's just hard to comprehend. I'm the first governor in agriculture in the state of Nebraska in 100 years. I'm never going to give up on this because of the people that are not moving here, because of the kids that have lost their hope to own a home, and because of the people that stay here because they love this place like I do. They haven't left, and they've paid for their home, and now property taxes taking them out. That's who I'm governor of.
Now, we did ask the governor's office about using the state plane for these town halls. They told us it's a far more efficient way to communicate with central and western Nebraskans. Lawmakers meet for the special session on July 25th. KETV is sitting down with Metro lawmakers who were opposed to the governor's original plan. Watch for that story in the coming days. Back to you.
Good work. Thanks, Bill.